Right, so this is now part of test 7. So we've got the microwave, we've got the kettle and the heat gun, because the prior test, the inverter was moaning if you're above 100 amps. The test before that was actually a plug point that tripped out. So I believe that 100 is, the ultimate, and for efficiency's sake, I would believe that 80 amps draw is max. So we're going to start the test again. We refilled the kettle at room temperature water. We put new water in the cups for the microwave, 2 of them, and we're going to run the heat gun and see what happens. Okay, the kettle is on. The microwave just switched on now. And here we go with the heat gun, stage 1. It's now already standing at 84 amps. So I'm not sure how long it's going to sustain it, but I'm going to switch it to the setting 2 to see if it pushes it over 100. If so, I'm going to bring it back down to 80 amps. So it's now at 110 amps. I'm going to see if the inverter or anything kicks out. There we go. The inverter is moaning about it. So let's see if I was correct with a 100 amp discharge. It's now standing at 62 amp. The heat gun is off. Right, so what I've done to get the aerial off the inverter is I actually switch everything off, because it did show a low battery alarm at 04 on it, even though obviously we know it is not a low battery. So let's carry on. I'm going to now make sure that it doesn't go above the 80 amps and then restart the process. Okay, so microwave and the kettle is back on. I'm going to put the heat gun only on setting 1 so that it actually goes from the amperage now, which is about 61 amps, to 80 amps. You can see it's running at almost 4,000 watts, which according to the app is about 75% of the output load percentage. So far it's stable, it's not coming up with any errors or such. I do believe anything above 100 will cause an error. But let's give it a look. I'm going to let it run until the microwave or the kettle goes off, and then I'll switch off the entire load. So about a minute 20 left. Let's see what happens. So now it's down to about 20%, which the app shows, which is obviously incorrect because there's no communication to it. But we're going to see, under what percentage does it actually throw out an error, and if it was just about the actual amp draw. So the inverter sort of just dipped and it picked up again. It's standing at now 50.5 volts, whereas a moment ago was at 58. Okay, I see what has happened. So the microwave has stopped. So obviously the wattage and everything came down. The kettle is about to boil. So I'm going to crank this now up to level 2 on the heat gun to bring it up again. There you'll see it's up to 85 amps. The voltage dropped from where it was down to 49.8. Let's give it a go until the kettle boils. Okay, so the kettle has just boiled, so you'll see the amps drop right down to 42 amps. I'm going to switch off the heat gun and see what our end result is. So it seems that 80 to 85 amps, definitely not a problem. 100 amps is a problem, although we have to get a stronger plug point that can actually handle that amount of amp, and then just try and touch on that 100 amp to see what the maximum capability is. So far, definitely not a problem, and we'll carry on with the test tomorrow.